If you were the main protagonist of One Piece, what are the 3 best devil fruits you needed to change the world? And I mean from start to finish. Not only defeating Blackbeard and the world government, but turning the world into a better place for everyone. This is how you do it. So, what is the most powerful devil fruit there is? That's a question that has been asked by a lot of people, and the answer usually is some variation of a top 10 list that contains pretty much the same fruits every single time, with an unexpected and quote-unquote unconventional fruit thrown in there for some novelty. And honestly, I'm a bit tired of that format. And yes, you clicked on my thumbnail, because it's a pretty damn good one if I dare say so, but you probably are dreading the same repetitive video as well. So for the sake of all our sanities, instead of looking at individual fruits and giving my opinion of how much boom boom each of these does, I want to look at devil fruits from a perspective I found leagues more fascinating to think about anyway. What are the best devil fruits when they have the chance to be used together in a strategic way to achieve a greater goal? And I'm not only talking about battle here. I think very different devil fruits become incredibly powerful depending on the context you want to use them in. And so I thought to myself, how could I change the world faster than Luffy? What exactly would I need to do? So I sat down with a pen and paper and a big cup of coffee and started brainstorming. And in the end, I managed to work out 4 foolproof steps in which the right combination of devil fruits will be an absolute game changer. And to make it more interesting, since devil fruits are really hard to come by, I will limit myself to 3 devil fruits per step. Okay, so I want you to close your eyes for a second here. I want you to imagine that you are now the protagonist of One Piece. You have all the knowledge about this world that you currently have, and it's your destiny to save this world and lead it into a better future. You and a handful of chosen nakama. So what do you have to do? The goal, obviously, will be to take down the world government, defeat Blackbeard, and create a peaceful and prosperous world. Well, first of all, there's the issue that we need to get our hands on the devil fruits that we actually want, and the poneglyphs on top to find Laugh Tale. And so the first of our 5 categories therefore will be a science/information gathering squad. And the best devil fruit to start out with here, I think, is Viola's Giro no Mi, that allows the user to see through everything. With this, you can look anywhere for anything you want. Check if there's a devil fruit on board of that ship over there? No problem. Check if there's a treasure at the bottom of the sea here? No problem. Or even check if there's a poneglyph around somewhere. You could also use it to scout, to spy, and even avoid traps of any sort. Oh, and did I mention that it can actually read minds? With this fruit, you can locate all resources you will need on this journey. Money, devil fruits, information, anything. The only problem is that you might not be able to do much about it, even if you found a lot of things. So this is where the other 2 fruits come in. The Ope Ope no Mi, quite well named if I dare say so, as well as Montor's Buku Buku no Mi. That devil fruit in particular not only comes with its own little pocket dimension, how useful is that, but you can also store anything and everything inside books, including living things. So all the treasure and resources you could pick up could be effortlessly stored inside books without having ever to worry about running out of space. Plus, you can even use this ability to build a communication network. And all this is then perfected by the Ope Ope no Mi's room ability that allows you to simply switch out the very item you want and directly store it in a book. So you could simply scout a devil fruit in a chest of a marine ship in the harbor and simply use the Ope Ope no Mi to transport it right onto your ship without the marines ever suspecting anything from another ship far, far away. Pretty neat, I gotta say. So this first step is our ultimate base on which we can now build on. You have free access to all information and resources you could ever want. The next thing we need is the ability to move freely wherever we go, topple pirate crews and corrupt governments, and get rid of antagonists that are too strong for us to face yet. And so for this political/infiltration team, so our One Piece CIA of sorts, we can first of all reuse the 𝚤𝚑𝚡𝚗𝚏 no Mi. Not only can we get in and out very quickly if we want to, but in case you've forgotten, this devil fruit has also the ability to switch personalities. So you can easily just restrict yourself or one of your crew members, then change that personality with someone of your enemy side. With this, you could infiltrate easily, or if you wanted to go really dark, manipulate people to get to their devil fruits, if you know what I mean. And as if this wasn't powerful enough yet, I would add Sugar's 𝚤𝚑𝚡𝚗𝚏 fruit as well as Absalon's 𝚲𝚙𝚎𝚑𝚗𝚏 no Mi to the mix as well. With that, you can make a number of people invisible to get to places unseen or simply spy and observe. And with Sugar's fruit, you know, in a way, it's the spookiest ability in all of One Piece, I feel. You could literally be invisible or switch body with King and then simply touch Kaido, and suddenly no one remembers that there ever was a Yonko named Kaido. And even better, the toy Kaido now would have to obey your every order. Really dark and spooky thought, but definitely effective. So now we actually have the means to get close to pretty much anyone, topple countries, and erase enemies from memory. Even still, this might not be enough yet. While in theory you could try and take out Im or Blackbeard that way, we have to assume that these groups are powerful enough themselves to deal with such a sneak attack. So now that you can gather all the resources you need, might as well go to Laugh Tale and learn the true history. And oh boy, you can't share what was on Laugh Tale, but now you're really pumped to change the world. And you know what that means? We're now going for the big guns. By the way, if by any chance you're enjoying this, let me know if you'd like to see a version where I only get to use one fruit in total at the start and everything is just as in the story. That might actually be a lot of fun to figure out as well. So I'd be thrilled if you'd consider subscribing to see that. Step 3. Build an army. Okay, so now we're getting to the boom boom part. And I personally think that that's a lot more enjoyable to think about now instead of just going what can make the most damage in general. You know what I mean. One thing we should do now, of course, is start building an army. Sadly, you're not Luffy, and so you don't have this special ability to bring everyone to your side. So instead, we have to make do with what we got here. By liberating countries, we can get their soldiers to join us, I guess. And by turning other pirate captains into toys, we can then stroll by casually and recruit their men to our cause. And maybe even share some crucial information with the revolutionaries to have them in as well. And then just cause some internal conflicts within the Marines as well. Just in case, you know, to make sure. Nice, that's looking pretty good now. So now that you have your own army, the first thing we want, of course, is a big boom boom machine. And that right now, to me, can be none other than Kaido's 𝚤𝚤𝚡𝚗𝚏 no Mi. Even if it isn't an actual ancient weapon, it might as well be one. I mean, come on. With this, you can deal a lot of wide area damage, create storms, make things float, and except to people with strong Conqueror's Haki, you're practically invincible. I think that's a pretty great choice for some decent DPS. And compared to the 𝚻₴ no Mi, you don't risk dealing a lot of collateral damage to have your men as well. Looking back at Marineford, that was a really wild ride with Whitebeard's power there. Next, instead of just going for more firepower here, I would balance the dragon with 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚛 heal fruit, which is able to affect a large number of people and so is essential to staying a strong and prepared force, even during battle, as well as Bartolomeo's 𝚲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚛𝚒 no Mi. Now, that may sound like a bit of an odd choice, but not only can you use it to block enemies' attacks of any sort, but you can even shield your own army at the beginning while launching a wide area attack. At the same time, it can be used to make a path for your troops up a wall or a mountain, or I don't know, even shield someone and have them walk in the middle of the enemy. And of course, some of the previous devil fruits we've already gathered will be just as useful here. For example, you can use the 𝚤𝚤𝚤 no Mi to transport troops quickly or destroy enemy ships. With this absolutely ridiculous force, it should be easy to defeat even the likes of Blackbeard, Akainu, and Emu, using a mix of military and political strategy to bring down the system that has plagued the One Piece world for centuries. Now, however, it will also be your responsibility to make sure that the world actually does become a better place and doesn't sink into more chaos. You already have the means to secure political power for now and keep others trying to take advantage of the situation at bay. And so I think the best way to unite the people of the world is to actually have a landmass where people can live together in peace. After all, don't forget, the One Piece world is 99% water. Now, in case you're wondering, new landmasses are often created by volcanic eruptions underwater, like this new island that was formed just a few years ago on the Canaries, which is a hell of a spectacular and impressive process, I think. And luckily, there is a devil fruit out there that is just perfect for this. With the help of Akainu's 𝚤𝚤𝚤𝚤 no Mi, you could create land masses throughout the One Piece world, connect islands, and widening existing land masses. Yes, the poor person with that fruit would have to work for quite a while, but who knows, maybe Akainu himself might be the right candidate to deal with his anger issues that way. Once the magma has solidified, aided by storms created by our useful little dragon, an incredibly powerful fruit to have will be Pika's 𝚙𝚙𝚙𝚎 no Mi. With that fruit, instead of wasting it by getting small balls abusing steroids, you could actually shape entire islands into cities with walls, buildings, and infrastructure for people to use. Heck, now that I think about it, you could even change the geography in such a way to create the perfect climatic conditions for agriculture, forming huge terraces with rivers flowing from the mountains. You could shield cities from floods by raising the ground and create the optimal conditions for a new country to flourish. Honestly, this is such an overpowered and useful fruit. Pika and Sugar really made the worst out of their abilities. So now that we have free housing, free infrastructure, free healthcare, and can shape our terrain whatever way we want, the last problem we face here is that everything is still very, well, no pun intended, but rocky. Yes, volcanic grounds are very fertile, but it would take forever to get vegetation everywhere. And so the third fruit you should use to solve that problem is none other than 𝚲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚛. Do you know what it is? 𝚤𝚤𝚤𝚤 no Mi. Now, this may sound weird at first, but really think about it. This fruit is as ridiculously OP in terms of civilization building as it gets. You can take infinite stone that we've made with the 𝚤𝚤𝚤𝚤 no Mi from water and turn it into actual nutritious food for all the people. How crazy is that? But even better than that, you could turn large chunks of rock into vegetables and grains, and all you have to do is take the seeds of that and plant them all over the place to not only create vegetation, but vegetation that can be turned into food. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the fruit to start a flourishing economy. And honestly, what better way to have people forget their prejudices against fishmen and the other races if there is enough space, enough food, and enough wealth for everyone. Boom! One Piece solved in 4 easy steps with less than a dozen devil fruits. As you can tell, I'm in a bit of a devil fruit frenzy at the moment, and if you are too and want to know why Shanks actually might have stolen the Gomu Gomu no Mi, I strongly recommend you watch that video next. There it is. This is it.